Welcome back. All right. I am Dr. Pete. This is the Local BizCast, as you very well know. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this every second, every day, and we are looking to grow this channel as much as possible. So please, Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, anywhere you can find us, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you want to get on to the Local BizCast, like some of our guests here, then just reach out to me anywhere. You can find me either at my email address, drpete@shcnj.com. On Instagram and TikTok, I'm at the Dr. Pete. And to tell you the truth, I have no idea what my handle is on Facebook. Do you know what my handle is on Facebook?
I don't, but probably just a little search. And
yeah, you can find me.
We can find you.
I'm also known as, most people know, the loudest person on earth. So you can probably just hear me from wherever the heck you guys are. You probably already know this already. So.
Yeah, you have a nice presence.
Aw, that's very sweet. I'm going to start talking really softly now. However, that business is all over. The reason why we are here today, ladies and gentlemen, is this guest right over here, and I'm definitely getting her name right. It is Sharon Genicoff.
Oh, you nailed it.
Yes!
Nailed it.
I have been practicing that for the last 7 minutes straight. We've been having a conversation, but I'm not listening to her because the only thing I'm thinking to myself is Genicoff. But she is the unbelievable owner of Next Generation Consulting. I've only gotten the smallest tidbit of information on this, but it already sounds pretty amazing. Welcome to the Local BizCast.
Thanks for having me.
Are you like a BizCast pro, or I shouldn't say a podcast pro? Because I feel like you have been.
Okay, so I have been on a few podcasts before.
She's cheating on me!
But you know what? Never filmed. Always just, I was sitting in my house, like in my pajamas, just kind of
you did the whole COVID Zoom whatever thing?
So I've never been like on a filmed podcast before. So I'm not in my pajamas. I'm wearing,
I'm kind of in my pajamas. I wear something really comfortable.
So this is fun.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Why is everybody...
Feels so professional.
Have you seen it? I mean, this podcast studio
is
super cool,
yeah,
right?
it really is. It's fun. I like it.
Okay.
It's a good vibe.
There we go. Don't be nervous. Have you seen any of the other ones?
I have, because I watched my friends.
There you go. You were saying.
My Christina Brown, Moxie. I watched her. Yeah.
Christina, a little shout out, right?
My cheer mom friend.
She dropped a little bit of that big news, and then it became live in public.
And she did my hair. She
for this now?
No, but she did my highlights and my haircut.
Beautiful. She does. My wife, Kelly.
Yeah,
I'm sure you.
I'm
whistling through my teeth. I need a dentist. You probably have met my wife 1,000 times.
I'm sure. Small Woodcliff Lake, Montvale.
We're the same town, but different, you know.
Totally.
We all go to the same high school together, so we all pay the same taxes. It is what it is. But tell me, what is Next Generation? I love your story, by the way, because I love when people pivot. And
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You made a hard left turn. You made a couple of hard left turns.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Psychology, but then I'm going to go into communications.
Yeah. So I went
I do read
I know.
things.
Look at you reading
I do my homework.
bio.
So, yeah. Go ahead. I want to hear from you, not from nobody wants to hear.
My background is in public relations and marketing. So I worked in fashion and beauty for about 8 years, and I just was feeling like I needed a change. Okay. And I had gone to college for psychology, as you wrote in my bio, but wasn't really interested in the classes. And then I took some communication classes. I found them to be really fun. Got an internship in public relations.
Where did you go to school?
Syracuse.
You're a New York girl. What are you talking about? I was a Binghamton boy. We're 40 minutes away over there. So.
Upstate New York.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, Syracuse is known for communications.
Right, exactly. So the program was great, and I had some really fun internships, and it was good. But I was starting to feel a little unfulfilled as I worked in the industry, and I always had this passion for the college process. When I was in high school myself, I was like a college I was a geek when it came to the college process. I memorized that Princeton review, 300, 25, whatever they're up to.
I believe we are showing our age, however, right now. We were born in the 1900s, as I've been told now, and that whole thing is like so different.
The book still exists.
Come on.
It's so funny because the gentleman who writes that book and does the research for that book, Rob Franick, I actually know him and have worked with him. So it was almost like he was like a celebrity for me because
Is he not still a celebrity?
He's still
Or is he only a celebrity for you?
He is still, I don't think most people, I could geek out on college admissions stuff.
Well, it's a really good job that you have then.
Which is why I do what I do, and I find it to be really fun, because a lot of people think it's very overwhelming. But for me, when I was in high school, I memorized like stats. I had notes in the book. My dad gave me this book when I was in 10th grade. Memorized it, loved it. I would like help my friends. But back then it was like, who's going to become a school counselor, college counselor? It wasn't like a job you would pursue.
Right.
So, but I always kind of thought back to it, and I always wanted to discuss like, well, where'd you go to college? What'd you do there? And so
Did you even revise? Hey, well, so what was the application process like? Did you geek out like that with your
Oh my God. What was your essay about? I still have my college essay on my draft.
Stop it. I'm stopping this right now. You got to go home. Go get your essay right now and come and read that right now. I think that's it. That's going to sell it.
Do you remember what your college
No.
Oh my gosh. See, I
don't remember what I ate for dinner last night.
I'll tell you what my college essay was about because of this area. So,
was this one of those, I'll show you mine if you show me your type of thing?
Okay, so I grew up in Oakland, and when I was in high school, I worked at the Market Basket
in
Franklin Lakes, and I wrote my college essay about the Market Basket.
Wow.
Working in the bakery. So I'm sure a lot of people have...
To have my memories there, of course. You don't have to be from Oakland. I grew up in Rockland. I still knew. Oh, did I know?
Well, you were
Rockland
Bakery, so that.
Well, that's my neighbor too. Yeah. Mike, when you coming on the podcast, buddy? I mean,
that would be
they need no promotion, of course.
He'll bring samples.
Oh, please! He's my next door neighbor. Literally, he's fattened me up for the last 10 years or so. Stop bringing me stuff. It's so amazing. Funny. You cannot eat it. It's incredible. But you remember your essay?
Yeah. So I remember my essay. So. I went back to school, got my master's in school counseling, got a job as a school counselor.
Well, so how many years were you? You did 8 years of PR
but I went back to school at night and on the weekends while I was still working in PR. It was
hustler.
Yeah, I was.
And it was all straight out of passion.
Yeah, I found it to be so interesting. So then I launched Next Generation Consulting. It's actually our 10-year anniversary this year, which is really exciting.
Congratulations.
And it started as just me and my business partner, Jenny Allard. And
we didn't want to bring Jenny in here?
She'll come next time.
Oh, okay.
She's great. She's great. But now we have a team of consultants that work for us. And we started just working with students locally. And then COVID hit, and we started working with students via Zoom. And that enabled us to work with kids from across the country. So we have clients, California, Texas, Maryland, everywhere. So because we're all word of mouth. So it's your cousins, it's your family friends. Sure. And then it just kind of goes from there.
It grows.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable. You just feed it and you water it and it just grows.
Right.
It's amazing.
Exactly. So what we do is we help students kind of navigate the college maze, because the process has continued to evolve and change, and it's so different from what it was 10 years ago, 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID really changed everything. So we help students with that process. And now we're helping our former clients and new clients who they've gone off to college and graduated college. And we find that they're coming back to us to help them in the next phase of finding their career and getting their first job and their internships.
Which launches a brand new thing that you're going to announce.
So we just launched professional career coaching. So we brought on somebody who worked in HR at Pearson for 30 years, and she's sort of leading this initiative for us. And we're really excited. So
you sound so professional about it too. Thanks. Launching the initiative.
Well, my background
communications and PR is right there. I'm gonna have you write all my copy from now on.
All of my PR buzzwords.
Oh, they're still valid today. They are never gonna go stale, are they?
They're like ingrained in me. It's so funny. But what's interesting is so much of what we do, so much of what I did in PR was kind of helping with building brands.
Right.
So I found when I transitioned to college counseling, that's kind of what I was doing with students. I was helping them build their brand. So they were packaging an application, sending it off to colleges so they could really see what their identity was and kind of using it to tell their story. So,
it's so brilliant. Look at that.
It all just kind of, there was so much overlap, and people were like, oh, that's so weird, PR to college counseling, but it actually really made a lot of sense.
Were there any stepping stones? Was there anything paved for you already, or like you're kind of groundbreaking here, or no? I mean, other people have done college prep, but coming from PR and building these brands, which is such a buzzword now.
I've never met anybody with a PR background. Most people that go into college counseling who I have met have some sort of education background.
Right.
I've never been a teacher before. I have the school counseling. But yeah, most people don't have the PR background. So I think I have a different perspective.
I think everybody knows about branding right now, thanks to all the athletes and everything like that. It's about branding, but it's so true. It always was. You have to brand yourself. What makes you better than the other kids who have the same grades, same this, same that, everything like that. And you brand yourself.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
where your PR.
So the three things that we really focus on with our clients when we're helping them build their application, we kind of look at 3 buckets. And when I go to discuss the career piece a little bit more, they also carry over there as well.
Yeah.
So the first thing we really want our students to do is focus on their identity. So when they're building their application, what are their values, experiences, interests? So we really do a lot of brainstorming activities with them so they can kind of look within and say, okay, who am I? And how can I make sure that that's all conveyed in my application? Because that's how you kind of evoke that connection.
The emotion.
With the admissions.
Yes. And it's important, right? It's not just hoopla. Like these people are actually reading these things, from the guys who don't know anything. I'm like, they're probably going through 10,000 applications, whatever. Okay, whatever. But there's people actually doing their jobs.
Oh, absolutely. They read in pairs and then they sit at a committee. So for a lot of the schools, they're advocating for you. So they're at a table and they may say, yes, we want to admit the student, but then they need to convince their colleagues to also want to admit you. And I'm talking about at the more selective schools, which, a lot of the kids are applying to these schools with acceptance rates below 10%.
That's insane. I'm talking about the schools that we used to be like, those are the easy ones. Now there's no easy ones.
What's so crazy to me is I read a stat recently when I graduated high school. So I graduated high school in 2003. And Northwestern back then had a 47% acceptance rate, and now it's below 10%.
How are people going to school?
It's wild. So
it's insane.
So that actually brings us to the next bucket, which I'm going to talk about.
We didn't prepare this at all.
So
I swear to God, this is the first time we're talking about it. I'm just going to keep on putting beach balls out there for you.
It's a good synergy.
Segue, yeah.
So that is strategy. So, and strategy is definitely not, okay, let's find my way in through the side door. How can I be creative? How can I stand out, quote unquote? Because that can backfire.
Yeah, how can I pay to get in? I think we already learned from a few very famous people. We're not going to do that anymore.
Yes, exactly. So, Varsity Blues scandal, right? Which I think I've listened to. College Admissions Geek, I've listened to every podcast and watched every documentary.
Are you bored with it, or should we keep on going with these?
No, I love it. So
you love the drum.
So I do. So with the strategy, it's really about finding the best fit school. So what ends up happening is students and parents are focusing on the same 50 schools. It's all anyone talks about. But there are 1,000 amazing institutions out there. So what strategy is really about is finding your best fit school. So you need to, again, look at your identity, your values, experience, and interests to kind of figure out, okay, what am I looking for? Because what works for one student may not work for another student. And I think sometimes we forget that and tend to say, okay, I'm just going to look at rankings.
What's the social norm also? Like what's socially acceptable to go to and what's a good name and everything like that.
Exactly.
And it's not, especially with college being like $9 million a year right now. And it's like,
right.
What? And there's schools now that weren't super popular around here. Over here, you got JMU, obviously, is being like, where was that? I'm not even going to age myself, but like 30 years ago, that wasn't.
JMU's a big one now.
Yeah,
well,
huge.
Everyone wants to go down south now.
That's south? That's not south. Is Virginia south?
Everyone wants to go
south of here.
South of New Jersey for warmer weather. That's the trend, and everyone wants the big rah-rah, too. Everyone wants the
schools of
spirit.
football and everything like
exactly.
that.
So with this strategy, what I say is you should be able, every school on your list, you should be able to list 3 reasons why you want to go to that school. And you would think that would be easy, but students don't usually know.
No.
So that's why it's important to kind of do your research and figure out, okay, how is this a fit for me and what do I actually like about the school?
Do you have broad categories that you can throw yourself into? Because I'm just picturing myself now and then exponentially how worse I was back in 1995 when I was looking at it. I wouldn't even know what do you mean category? Like, how do I know if it's the right fit? What do they have? I don't know. Are there categories of different things? Obviously, you said school size, city versus rural, or, if you wanted to be out in nowhere. What are the different types of categories that would say, like, I would fit?
So I would say a big thing is looking at the curriculum of the major that you think you want to study, or if you're undecided, what are they doing for undecided students? And the biggest thing that I'll say is when students are looking at a school, I say, okay, to tell if it's a quote unquote good school, don't look at the rankings, but ask the right questions. So how many students are graduating within 4 years? That's important. And how many students are employed or admitted to a post-grad program within 6 months of graduation? Because that's really important as well. And what surprises people a lot is when I say, which school in New Jersey do you think has the highest percentage of students employed within 6 months of graduation? What would you say?
Everybody's going to say Rutgers in New Jersey, no? I mean,
it's not Rutgers.
Princeton.
Most people say
Princeton.
It's not Princeton either.
Or Rutgers.
Not Rutgers.
It's going to be what? Stevens.
That's pretty good.
Third choice. Yeah.
Pretty good. It's Stevens, and that surprises people a lot.
Yeah.
People don't expect it.
If you know type of thing, but right, because I mean, engineering and brilliant and everything like that. Right. But they have other majors besides engineering. I'm assuming, right?
They do. They have They have business there. They have some interesting like audio-visual stuff. So that's the other thing.
You really look at you are the passion of all these different types of majors. Like not anything like you're like audio-visual. It's amazing.
Oh, I could tell you the most obscure things. Like at UT Austin, you can major in memes, like the art of meme making.
That's a major. Oh, How many people are currently in that major?
That I don't know.
All right.
That is something I don't know. I should have prepared.
I will say this, though. University of Texas Austin is a fun place and a fun city. That's,
very challenging to get into, especially if you're out of state. So if you can get into UC Austin, go.
Wow.
And
big school, too. And so still, they don't want your Yankees up there.
Well, they take a lot of, people from Texas. So.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So then I'll talk to you about the last bucket. So
I didn't segue correctly, did I?
I know, that's okay.
Shoot, you didn't throw me a bone over there. All right, go ahead.
So that's communication. So I think this is a really important piece. So this is actually kind of putting your identity, your experiences, interests, all of that, and then how you fit within the school. That's the strategy piece. And then putting it all together to communicate to the colleges. And this is all about style, tone, authenticity. So what's happening today is a lot of times when students go to write their essays, we have some people who want to over-edit. We use ChatGPT, so it doesn't necessarily sound like the student.
It's not genuine.
Right, exactly. And colleges, they're savvy. They know. So we really help students to make sure that everything comes from them and is in their voice, because it should sound like a 17, 18-year-old student.
Not ChatGPT.
Right, exactly. But that doesn't mean AI can't be a tool.
Sure.
So that is actually a lot of what we're doing with our professional career college counseling, because AI is really driving what employers are doing right now.
Sure.
So what we're doing with the professional career coaching is we're teaching students how to use AI to build their resumes, to prepare for interviews, and to get through the pre-screening at a lot of these bigger corporations.
I've never been in the corporate world. It just is, right now I'm terrified. I'm like, oh my God, what if I have to go get a corporate job? I would never be able to do this. This is insane.
It's rough.
It's getting rougher too.
Yeah, it's very competitive.
Yeah.
It's very competitive. And what we found is we were helping students get into their dream colleges, their best fit colleges, and they'd go off and they'd have a great freshman year, sophomore year, and then they'd reach out to us, or their parents would reach out to us, and they'd say, everything's been great, but I can't find an internship. I can't find a job. Do you have any leads? So we started helping students navigate the career maze, and that's why we built this new curriculum.
Wait, hold on. What was the buzzword again? Launched this new initiative.
Launched a new initiative.
There it is.
Built this new platform.
I love it.
Yeah, the new curriculum.
It is. I'm just listening to you. My kids are way young, 11 and 9, just a little bit older than yours, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, how unbelievably valuable and how much more important you will be, and this what you're building here will be, and I'm sure it will grow like crazy, and you'll be creating more platforms and more curriculums to satisfy the needs. It's really, really cool what you're doing. Do you know how cool what you're doing is?
Thank Thank you. Well, I think it's challenging because you think when your student goes off to college, like kind of and the student I think thinks this too, the work is done.
Yeah.
But it's not done. So I will give you the 5 things that you need to do what we have up here. What is preventing my student from getting an internship and job? Because the kid's at school, you're paying a lot of money for school. The first college just broke $100,000 a year.
Oh, it just happened?
It just happened.
Do we get to announce who this is?
Wellesley.
Wellesley. I had friends up in Boston who live outside of Wellesley.
Broke 100,000. So you would think, I think most colleges are getting to the 90,000 upwards, almost hitting the 100,000, but that was just announced. So.
Wow. And they're getting it.
But then kids are graduating without jobs, and they're not getting
They're
internships.
$400,000 in debt, making $0 a year. And even if they got their dream jobs with everything that's going on right now, I don't even know what the average entry-level pay is. But I can promise you, with a $400,000 debt, you're working for a lot of years before you're able to pull that off. How can we?
And it depends.
I'm not even
going
to get into that because we could sidetrack, like just talking about these. How is it sustainable? But I'm not going to do that because your job is to get these people into these colleges if they're so want to be,
and to get them jobs
after they're done.
Because we want employable, college grads for sure. Okay, so the first thing, students wait too long to prepare.
Should I try? The only problem is I can see something right now. Let's see, channel.
Oh,
no,
are we doing a new angle?
It's just me. It's over here.
No, it's up
We'll get
here.
it up there. Yeah, I don't know if people can see it though, but it's okay. We're just going to announce it out there.
So what I think happens is students are waiting until junior year, sometimes even senior year, to get their resume in order, to build a LinkedIn, and to secure an internship.
Right.
So it almost becomes you're a little late and you're not getting these critical experiences when you should be, because you really should be getting an internship after freshman year.
Ooh, freshman year. I came home and worked at like a moving company to make some money, but freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's really the first thing that students should be doing. Right when they get to college, they should be making sure that their resume is in order. And what we do is we help students build a resume on Google Docs. So it's super easy.
Shareable.
They have it in their drive. They can update it.
Editable, the whole 9 yards.
As they go, exactly. Yeah. And in freshman year, yes, one of the best ways to kind of learn more about your college community and acclimate is to join clubs.
Yep.
So figure out what you're interested in. So much of what you do when you get to high school, you should actually be doing in college as well.
Okay.
So
I get exactly what you're saying.
Right?
Coming from a 48-year-old right now. But like you're not telling my 17, 18-year-old self, like, go join this club, the medical business club, the medical club. Like I'm like, I gotta go drink beer. Like I wanna go hang out with my friends.
And listen, I think you could do both. Right?
Okay.
I think you could do both. And I think work hard, play hard, right?
Oh my God, this was the saying a couple weeks ago. I was down with a lot of very successful people. And I love the line that we kept on saying. It seems like you guys are having an or conversation, but we're going to have an and conversation. Because you can't do this or this. No, we could do this and this.
100%.
I love it. Let's have an and conversation.
Yes. You can have both. I think it's all about balance, right?
Yep.
So that's the first thing. We want to encourage students to really get involved early, continue to build their resume, and then they have content on their resume where they can apply for these internships.
And as a freshman, I'm probably looks pretty good. Like, oh my God, this is a freshman. Like I got juniors and seniors here and I get this one freshman.
Right.
Telling the truth. Like when I'm looking at people, I'm like, I like that.
Yeah,
I like somebody who's hungry freshman year.
100%.
So I'm already giving you 10 extra points right over there. Like now you have to screw it up by having a spelling error or something stupid on your resume.
And
but other than
they
that,
hustle, right?
They hustle.
They're going after it.
I like that.
Yes, absolutely. So the next thing is career centers.
Yep.
So they are usually underused and they're overwhelmed. So in a recent study by Inside Higher Ed, which is one of those geeky publications that I read.
Trade secrets. Let's go.
Exactly.
All right.
Only 30% of college students are regularly using their career center, which is pretty low.
But are they good? Like, are they like? Is there a reason why they're low? Because they're not helpful, or is it just because we're like too cool to use them?
Did you ever visit your career center?
I don't even know where the career center would possibly be.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think there are so many reasons why students may not be using it. One, because you're too cool.
Yes.
And remember, as a parent, when your kid goes off to college, you're not really privy to like what's happening. You're not getting access like you did in high school. So they could say like, yeah, I'm going to the career center, but you don't really know exactly what they're doing, right? Yeah. So with the career center, I think what's happening is maybe students go, but they're probably not regularly going. And I think it's probably not consistent.
Got it.
So that's an issue, right? So I encourage students to definitely go to their career center, but we don't know exactly what kind of support they may be getting consistently there.
That makes sense to me.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. So that's the next thing. Utilize your career center because people aren't doing it. Okay. So next.
Can I make a real quick caveat? Like it was almost like the scholarship book, right? So I remember that's one thing I did see. I'm like, all right, let me take a look at this. There's probably like 6,000 scholarships in there, all in those laminated pages and stuff like that nobody applies for. Like if you just did the application, some of them didn't even require an essay. Like fill out an application, maybe you'll get $500 and stuff like that. Nobody did them.
It's still like
They're
that.
out there. It's like, that's just free money for, like, I don't even understand. Okay, I get it. Nobody wants to do a 5-page essay or 10-page essay, but like, there's ones that didn't even require that.
100%.
It's insane. And that's like the Career Center. The
Right.
Career Center and your scholarship book are in probably the same place.
Same thing. Still there, underutilized, for sure.
Unbelievable.
For sure.
All right, moving to, number 3.
So next, number 3, students don't know how to navigate modern hiring tools. So this is back to the AI conversation because AI is here and we need to teach students how to embrace it. It's not something that we should be scared of.
This is something that our teenagers now do not know more of than we do. Unlike the social media and all that kind of stuff, because it came out just a little while ago.
Right, yeah, that's actually
so they didn't have a head start,
point.
Right? So we're almost, some of the savvy older people like us who were born in the 1900s who are obviously have businesses or using a little bit of it and still don't know what the heck we're doing, and they're in the same boat. So I'm like, what are you talking about? I would just go to the 20-year-old. They'll know what they're doing, but with social, yes.
We're all learning.
How do I change the color on Instagram? That could take 1/2 of a millisecond. However, using AI prompts and everything like that, you're so right.
Right. So using AI to have a customized resume tailored to each job. Right?
Next level.
That needs to happen. And what we're doing is we're using AI and we're teaching AI literacy, because if you're not learning that as a young person, the employers are already using it for pre-screening. And for applicant systems, they're using it. So students need to know how to use it as well.
Can
Otherwise,
you teach
they're
me
not
how to use
get
it too? I'm not looking
pre-screens.
for a school, but can you teach me?
It's part of the curriculum.
I'm in. You can see AI right here, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give you a little shout out.
There you go.
Of course, that's AI generated over there.
Well, it's so funny because now with the headshot, you can have.
Oh yeah, right. I can look like I'm Brad Pitt now, man.
But it's so funny how some of them, they're just so unrealistic.
Yes. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I would say
that's not good.
I would say you want a realistic headshot.
There we
because
go.
Imagine you have a LinkedIn. I mean, first of all, I think the unrealistic ones look pretty fake.
Yes.
But also when you're meeting someone, it's like if that definitely is.
What is that, catfishing? What is it called? Yeah, you got catfish.
I saw in the picture.
Absolutely. Now, it's not going on a date, but the colleges are in the same boat. And as you just said, you wanted that genuine, authentic identity coming out on your application. You want that there. You want that to get the job, too.
Exactly.
You don't want,
we're not all about
you
the
start
fake
off,
identity.
exactly. You start off on the wrong foot. Like, why would you think you needed to do that, right? So I'm already judging you.
Yes.
Look at you.
Okay, so then the next one.
Oh, I got a little security thing on there.
Okay, this is a big one.
I don't know how to get that
Students
off of there.
lack confidence in networking. So I think a lot of young people are uncomfortable speaking to people and making eye contact.
We don't have enough time to jump into that one. Are you kidding me? That could be like hours right there. Oh my God, we're already at 30 minutes. It's okay. We're going to keep on going.
Okay, all right.
No, you can
I'll
keep
be
on going.
quick. I'll get
Don't
through
be quick.
My
this
5
is
tips.
riveting. I love this. So,
good.
but keep going.
So what we do is we're teaching students how to send cold emails, how to send a message on LinkedIn, how to email someone for an informational interview. That is what students need to be doing early on.
But that's still not really the networking. That's the stuff they could probably get through their discomfort, right? Because they've grown up social media, not talking to each other. How do they talk to people?
So I'm glad you brought that up because that's part of our soft skills curriculum. So soft skills. I think
She's got it all.
That's
She's
not a
checking
term.
all the boxes.
I think that's a term. And I'll just, something very simple that I'll say is, if you, all the interviews are through Zoom, right? So if you can manage to get through the pre-screen and you do have your interview, the first one will likely be through
on
Zoom. And if you're a college student, you may not know that you should be blurring your background or have a professional AI background because you may be in your dorm room and have your laundry basket.
Yeah.
Or your unmade bed behind you.
Oh,
and
right.
I think
they'll judge everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you guys listening to
So
this? This is why we're not cutting this interview short. We're not going to let it happen. This is amazing.
Such a little, like a small.
Should I be doing that on my Zoom calls? I don't even know what people are looking at behind me over here.
Exactly.
Wow.
So you have to, students, and little things like that.
Yeah.
Students, and sometimes students don't even know what to wear. So the soft skills, the eye contact,
Yeah.
the handshaking, that's something that we work on with students because it's really just not part of, because everything is digital. It's
I'm quitting what I do right now, and I want to work for you right now. Are you looking for a retired chiropractor and / podcast
Of course, because
host?
I need to make sure my posture looks good.
No. I want to do your
Zoom
stuff. I don't want to do
meetings
my
on
stuff with you. I want to do your stuff. Your stuff is amazing. So
It's fun. We have
soft
a good
skills
time.
oh my God. I'm like potential team members and everything like that. So important.
Oh, absolutely. Even for the, I'm sure your receptionist they're all lovely. But yeah, the greeting your clients and your patients, all of that.
First of all, it's universal, and it should start, like I teach my kids when they're young, and I had this conversation today. Like if you're going to order something at a restaurant, you're going to turn and look at the waiter or
100%.
waitress. You're going to look in their eyes, and you're going to say, may I please have apple juice or something like that. I'm like, oh.
Rather than stay on your iPad.
That's
and,
it,
hey,
yeah.
can I, yeah.
Unbelievable.
No, absolutely.
It's such, like, how do you not know that? But people don't know that.
People don't know it.
And people don't know to blur their pot posters out from behind them and stuff like that. I get it.
Exactly. All right.
Number 5, can you see? Do you know what it is? I'm blocked. I'm blocked
Here.
I'm going to have to bring you back on. Do you know what it says behind me? AI?
It's basically more about how AI is here to stay.
Yes.
So students, I think colleges are just starting to teach students how to embrace and use AI in the right way. So that's a skill that all grads need to have.
Yes.
They need to show employers, I know how to use AI, and I'm not using it to cut corners,
to cheat,
or cheat.
I'm using it to be even more productive than somebody who's doing it.
Efficiency,
yes.
And that's what employers want. So that's another thing we do. We teach you how to use all of those tools to be more efficient, so you're more marketable. And that's it. And that's what we're helping students do.
You can't ever say that's it when the service that you guys are providing is insanely awesome.
Thank you.
I'm like jealous. I'm quit. Guys, the Spine Health Center just closed. All the offices are just closed. We're now moving into this. It sounds so amazing. It's got to be so tough for these kids. My nephew just went to Maryland. Like, Maryland, what are you talking about? Yeah, Maryland. Not easy to get into.
No, Maryland has gotten very selective.
Everything. So as you said, you have this bucket of thousands of universities that all are amazing. And some of them, like you never heard of them before. That doesn't mean they're not cool. Like in some of them, you're going to have an unbelievable experience. And it might be much more suited for you than Penn State or Clemson. Or whatever. It's fit.
Because when you get there, you need to thrive, right?
You need to thrive. As you said, how difficult it is going to get into the job market. But if you're thriving and you become an absolute stud, you're the guy and or gal. Sorry.
Absolutely. And I think people forget that. People think, okay, I've done all the work, I'm in.
Yeah.
But then you have to do the work in college.
Yeah.
And then you have to do the work to get the job.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have to do the work.
And then you have to do the work.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh.
So that's
Amazing.
why we want to keep we need students to keep the momentum going and know after the college process ends, it's time to start talking about the career process and continuing. So we will help students continuing to guide them so they're building up their resume and their skills so they know how to secure an internship and job.
Amazing. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing. Is there anything else you want to provide? I mean, this is incredible. First of all, your name is first on my list. I cannot wait till my kids get to the age so we can start using you. It's freaking cool.
Thank you.
All right. Did you guys think that was pretty cool? I did, absolutely. Sharon Genicoff. The name of her company is Next Generation Consulting. Where can they find you?
They can go on our website, and we have an Instagram, and we have a Facebook. So website
and LinkedIn. There you go.
Yep, LinkedIn. Yep, we have it all.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
You did amazing.
Thank you.
I could have done this for another. I feel bad. We did 30 minutes.
Wow, this was long.
It goes.
Yeah, this was fun.
Unbelievable. I do need to announce my next guest. Joining me next time on the Local BizCast, Lori Stone of The Accomplished Traveler, amazing travel agent extraordinaire. And I get to say that because she has booked all of my trips over the last couple of years, and they have all been insanely ridiculous. All of them have been just absolutely prepared to perfection. There is never any issues. So a personal testimonial, Lori Stone, Accomplished Traveler. She's coming here next time on the Local BizCast. This one you need to listen to as well. But Sharon Genicoff just hit it out of the ballpark, ladies and gentlemen. This one was absolutely incredible.
Thanks for having me.
I think we're gonna get Jenny is her name. Is that your partner? So she might have to do a part 2 because it seems like there's so much. And because we had a technical difficulty with the little blockage over there, because HP World Security is getting a free advertisement right now. We may have to just bring it back over there. So you block it. You keep on blocking it over there.
It's okay.
By the way, her posture was beautiful. Her hair highlights were amazing. Christina, thank you so very much. But again, you guys, please, if you enjoy this, hit like, hit subscribe, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Local BizCast. We appreciate you guys listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you.